So, in order to plan, profile your suspect there. You have to really, really, really know that person that you're trying to sell this to. You would think that this is absolutely 101. It's the first thing I have to do with really sophisticated companies. Who the heck are we selling to? How are we going to define that? How are we going to segment the audience? What defines them? What do we know about them? But, you know, and then there's the demographics, and then there's the psychographics. So demographically, I can define them as older. Psychographically, how do they think? You know, I can put them into all sorts of different groups. You guys ever heard about psychographics? Is that something you're talking about? Really, that's really more important in a lot of ways. I'll give you an example. One case study working with a hospital system, and we did all kinds of elaborate research. And what we really realized is that somewhere between 15 and 20% of the target audience will even react to advertising for healthcare. The rest of them are just going to do whatever their doctor tells them to do. Or they're not going to do anything at all. Or they're going to, you know, something very basic, but they're not well read enough to process their own decisions. So you really need to know who it is you're talking to and what their mindset is now and where you want to get them. But I would know where they live, what their business they're in, what their title is, what industry they're in, what organizations and events they belong to, what media they consume, what are their professional interests and concerns, what are their emotional needs, even if it's a B2B thing. Narrowcasting. I talked about all of the huge matrix of media that's out there. Millions of websites, millions of social media applications. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. I can't keep up with it. There's databases that help you with that in the professional world, right? But in the end, there's so many choices now that you can kind of narrowcast. So once you profile your target audience, you really understand what they're into, then what you can do is select a narrow band of media that just wraps around them. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to talk to the whole universe. You're just talking to a small group, but it's the group that you really want.